If Bray Wyatt the Fiend versus Jeff Hardy, Willow. And welcome back to my channel, guys. And again, this is Mikeratto. And well, for this what if to happen, there are a lot of circumstances that can happen in this rivalry. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. Like, comment down below, share, and subscribe for more. Well, Willow is the alternate character for Jeff Hardy, to which, well, he actually victimizes his opponent while during his TNA run. Well, it's also appeared on his ROH run before, and well, this is an alter ego persona for him, which, well, he actually attacks those people who has actually wronged him in the past. Well, this is also same with Bray Wyatt, the Fiend. It is a different entity compared to Bray Wyatt. Well, people actually call this the next Undertaker or next Kane, this new character, or next Mankind, because, well, this character has been a mixture of the three characters from mentioned beforehand. And while for this rivalry to happen, it will happen, of course, in 2020 after WrestleMania. That means that, well, yeah, Bray Wyatt is actually one of those guys who will work on with Jeff Hardy after his return in 2020. So the start of this feud as well, Matt Hardy is saying his thank yous in the WWE. He also visited SmackDown once, to which, well, in his thank you speech, instead of, well, Randy Orton actually interrupting him, well, he had this great match on Raw, and then he visits on SmackDown to say his farewells, and then Bray Wyatt, well, interrupts, to which, well, yeah, the Firefly Funhouse character interrupts, talks about their past, talks about Broken Matt, talks about all of their, well, entities being tied to each other. But there is one different character that is far beyond from Bray Wyatt himself, that wants to meet Matt Hardy before he actually say his goodbye to the WWE. Intro: The Fiend. The Fiend is the one who will take Matt Hardy out of the WWE instead of Randy Orton in real life. And then, while Matt Hardy leaves WWE, brutalized by the Fiend. To which, well, yeah, this also builds up the Fiend more during his rivalry with Goldberg, and also his feud also with John Cena later on. To which, well, yeah, he still lost the title to Goldberg and wins against Cena at WrestleMania. For Jeff Hardy, well, he returned, and while he made some statements toward the Intercontinental Championship, but yeah, he also mentions about the Fiend attacking his brother, and while he actually took Matt Hardy out of the WWE, which is actually, this is one of his concerns also for his recent return. After WrestleMania, Bray Wyatt focuses his sights on Jeff Hardy instead of the Universal Championship. For this focusing, well, he talks about Matt Hardy when Jeff Hardy was actually in a promo. To which, well, yeah, you mentioned him, the Fiend, and, well, how he actually helped Matt to actually leave the WWE, which, well, it's a friendly gesture from the Fiend himself, to which, well, Jeff Hardy is acting mad about it, all of it. That's why he also returned for the Fiend attacking his brother. And then, well, yeah, this leads to a rivalry in Extreme Rules. To which, well, the Firefly Funhouse Bray Wyatt talks with Jeff Hardy at Extreme Rules. To which, well, yeah, it's the first character that will interact with Jeff Hardy. Talks about, well, Jeff, just calm down. I don't want the Fiend to go here and interrupt our match. Let's talk about this like a man. To which, well, we see also the puppets talking about Matt Hardy, the broken Matt Hardy persona, the Woken, the version 1. Well, both of them are pioneers of different characters. But there's something that Jeff actually has, and that's his other characters. Why he isn't showing those characters in the in the WWE, while he is actually interested in those characters, to which, well, Bray Wyatt loses the match, but afterwards they still have different promos, to which, well, Bray Wyatt is still pushing for Jeff Hardy's characters, his demons, and all of that. He talks about Jeff Hardy's bad habits and all of that, to which, well, they put it in a storyline, to which, well, it creates a huge development towards the storyline, which Jeff Hardy still disagrees and still fights as Jeff Hardy. We see Jeff Hardy versus the 2014 version of Bray Wyatt, and rather a tables match at the next pay-per-view, to which in the near end of the match we see the lights go out. Bray Wyatt is on the table, Jeff Hardy is going for the swanton bomb, and the Fiend appears and then push Jeff Hardy out of the ladder. Jeff Hardy flies through a table outside of the ring, and then, well, the Fiend brings him in the ring, destroys him, brutalizes him, and asks where is he, and then just destroys Jeff Hardy and then pins him for the win. While we don't see a cinematic match here again, the swamp version that WWE actually has, the swamp match for Bray Wyatt versus Braun Strowman. Instead, will we have Jeff Hardy versus Bray Wyatt in a ladder match, a Jeff Hardy specialty, to which, well, Bray Wyatt attacks Jeff Hardy yet again on an episode of SmackDown, to which, well, Bray Wyatt talks about, well, that's just sad, isn't it? He destroyed you, but you are defenseless. All he's asking was the other alter ego that you have. You know, the guy who has the umbrella, the guy who dresses black and white. He wanted that, but you can't give that to him. Why is it, Jeff? Why? Is it too bad to ask for that? Is it too greedy to ask for that? As Bray Wyatt still attacks him, and then, well, later on we will see a lot of, well, promos and a darker Firefly Funhouse, to which, well, they reference Jeff Hardy's extreme moments, and then later on, well, again, his alter egos, they talk about Brother Nero, that, well, they met once, but the Fiend doesn't want Brother Nero. Instead, well, he wants Willow. When Jeff Hardy heard about it, this is the first time also that the fans in the WWE hears the character Willow, to which, well, in the other wrestling fans who watch the other promotions, this actually creates intrigue as well. They are popular, or actually they know the Willow character, to which, well, yeah, this leads to a debut of Willow. While this happens at SummerSlam, we hear a different theme song for Jeff Hardy, one of his, well, own band song, to which, well, yeah, it's the debut of Willow versus the Fiend, to which, well, in this match, well, it's actually hard to pick a winner because, well, it's the debut of Willow, and also it's the first year anniversary of the character of Bray Wyatt as the Fiend, to which, well, they will fight back and forth, but in the match, well, it's hard to pick a winner, but you can either have a cinematic match for SummerSlam instead, to which, well, both of them will use both of their worlds, or second, they can have an extreme type of match, to which, well, they can actually end up, well, incapable of wrestling each other, which this can lead to 20 to 30 minute type of match. Or the third option will be, well, both of them will have a normal match, to which, well, yeah, both in the end of the match, we will see either Willow winning against the Fiend or the Fiend dominating the Willow. To which, well, yeah, for the finish, well, it's actually hard to pick a winner. You can say that you can choose the Willow since, well, Willow actually has his recent debut, but would it attack? Would it hurt also the Fiend's character? That's why, well, I'm also undecisive of the finish. But yeah, at the finish, well, both of them look strong. Both of their characters look strong. None of them look weak during and after the rivalry that they have. So yeah, that's the end of this video. And well, if WWE wants to push it, well, they can extend the rivalry or they will stop it in SummerSlam, to which it's actually a long rivalry. Thank you for watching, guys, and again, this is Mikeratto, and peace.